Estate sale this morning. Let's see what we can get on the first day of the sale. It's a beautiful driveway. This estate sale had a lot of Christmas items, which is why I went there. And I was quickly trying to get the Christmas items, especially the vintage ones. There's also some really cool items that you will see in a moment. This estate sale had a lot of Lassie TV show memorabilia, awards for the Lassie dog, and scripts. And I guess they knew the owners of the Lassie dog or dogs. Something like that. They had a lot of Lassie items. So it was really kind of fun to see it. And they wanted to sell it all as a lot. And while I wanted a few things, I was not able to put that much money and time into buying the entire lot. Some might have been sold separately, as I heard someone talking about some of the items. This is where I found some fun toys. They had a room full of toys and even vintage children's clothes. So I had to grab a few of those also. And yeah, I'll show you a haul about all this stuff also at the end of this video. Oh, and I love the Care Bears tray, and I might be keeping that one. I didn't go upstairs yet. It's cool. I spent quite a while picking out my favorite vintage buttons, and here's where I saw the Dick Tracy game also. It was a crowded estate sale, so I didn't record that much, but I will show you the haul at home. Here's the haul from the estate sale I went to. A few little vintage type items that I got for babies. And we have here first, actually this is a Cabbage Patch doll carrier. And a lot of these aren't in perfect condition, but a lot of times with vintage, that's how it is. So it's okay. Little Catalina Island t-shirt for girls. A little jumpsuit, summer jumpsuit with little duckies. And again, I actually really like the little ducky theme for baby clothes. And yeah, so that was a cute little find there. Some more toy type items that I got. This Care Bears tin tray. I actually really like this because I like Care Bears. And I almost am tempted to keep that. I don't know yet. This is actually just a comb for my little pony. And when I come across little vintage things like this, I will save them, and you never know if I could put it with a toy or bundle it with little items. This is a Cabbage Patch wallet, and it actually was in pretty good condition. So I got that. I think this is for little wallet photos. Yeah, I thought this was cute. 1983. So that was cute. And then I like this, just a little figurine unicorn. It's not often I come across unicorn figurines. Very pretty. And then I just always pick these up. Little vintage pumpkin. Let's see. This is from Target. This, I believe it's vintage and not a replica, but made in USA. Probably it's vintage, yeah. But it could be replica. I actually didn't have these when I was a kid. We used, I think, bags. And then this is just, had to get it because, I wasn't really that familiar with this actually. I love Rainbow Bright, but this was her dog, or a Rainbow Bright dog. But I used to watch the cartoon. So not in perfect condition. This is not that valuable, but again, I did not pay very much, and we'll clean it up a little bit. And it was just a nostalgic type of purchase. So that was just some fun vintage items. So hopefully everything's there. It just looks cool also. Oh, you can see Madonna there easily. Yeah, and then let's see the board. I didn't even look at the board yet. Yeah, it is really good condition. So that's cool. Here's a knit shawl. Very, very lightweight, and it has a really cool trim there all around. And a black lace headscarf. You could use this as a headscarf or a little lace shawl maybe too. Very pretty, dainty. And I actually liked this tin, but what I wanted was buttons. Also found these vintage stickers from probably the 80s or early 90s. Yeah, so I actually looked through a lot of buttons, and got a collection here that I thought was pretty cool. Vintage buttons are a good thing to find. They have decent value, and usually you can get them pretty cheap at an estate sale or somewhere. These were cool. I think these are wood. Some wood buttons. So yeah. It's fun to find these. There's just some examples there. And here is some ephemera items, or paper type goods. And these I actually looked through. I always feel bad when people leave a lot of the paper items or even photographs and things just for the trash. I don't even like seeing them at an estate sale, but basically I went through some items like that. Yeah, so I found even some good items here, and that I'll show you in a moment, but let's show these here. These are actually menus. So you see in the back, TWA. Trans World Airlines. And I do like collecting old menus, especially of things that no longer exist. It's fun to see how people ate, and it's also just, you know, really kind of neat to keep some kind of history like that. So there's another one here. This almost looks like breakfast, and this looks like dinner or something, I'm not sure. So that was fun. And then here, I will show what I found here. So I looked through a trunk full of papers, trying to see if there was anything of history or importance to salvage, and I did find some things. So, and I looked this person up. I wasn't familiar who he was, but there was a lot of photos and things, so they must have known this person. Here you'll see there. And I just found a bunch of photos. Which I did see that some people have sold items online. And I can see here there was a mail that was actually sent by him. And I don't know if I looked through all of these, so yeah. There was some other, I think there was some other slide. This estate sale did have a lot of Lassie information as well too, so I don't know if there's something related, but yeah. So here you can see something. I think that might be Eddie as well in the photo. So again, you could see these once I have them listed. There, you see his name there. So it's kind of almost like a personal collection of his, or that family had of his, and apparently the person that was inheriting the estate and everything left a lot of things that he did not want. So I'm kind of really glad to preserve history. Let's see. Yeah, and then I found this, and I think I left some stuff, but it's kind of motorcycle information here. I think this was just advertising, and this was just kind of like an art photo type print from England. And so yeah, that was basically the pretty cool paper items that I found. Here's a bunch of Christmas items that I found there. Like, this is a very large pillar candle, and those can be very expensive. Definitely a good deal on that. And it is scented, so that might look good even right by my fireplace. Obviously on a candle stand. So anyway, I also got, I think this reindeer needs a little repair, but I just thought this was a cute reindeer basket, just made in China, but definitely cute. You can put guest towels in here, pine cones, whatever. You can decorate for Christmas easily, putting those things in there. Very pretty. And actually, St. Nicholas Square is a pretty good brand. Here's more Christmas items, and we have here a bunch of wooden, mostly wooden ornaments, vintage. Very cute, very nostalgic to me, and probably a lot of other people. They're good to sell these in lots, you know, online, or you can sell them at a vintage booth to have, you know, smaller type items available as well. You could also sell pairs of ornaments, like these two Santa Claus there, or the little trains, things like that. Again, not a lot of value, but worth picking up because you can usually find them pretty cheap. Here's a couple paper type ornaments. which I thought just looked cool. Dragon, unicorn. This little sequin pouch. And I thought these were pretty cool. Not perfect condition, but I believe they're leather. Camels. Decorative. And this was just a little figurine. I'm not sure if it goes to a nativity. This is plastic. And I see it can hang. So maybe it was just an ornament that made in Italy. Here we have two of these angels. They're made of plastic, blow mold type material. They have a little paint wear, but that can easily be touched up by someone. And you can just hang these up on the wall. So I thought those were pretty cool. And then these also, garland type ribbon. Thought that was a good thing to pick up. These ornaments are really nice condition. Here, I'll have to look this one up again, and I'll show that right now. So this was a good ornament to pick up. Very nice. Feels plastic or resin of some sort. And then we have this Patsy ornament, F&B Christmas ornament series. So yeah, that was a doll company, F&B dolls. And I got this because I actually recognize this lamb myself. Importers of Country Falls Inc. Okay, but just adorable little lamb. So cute. So the decorative shiny brights are a good pickup. I have seen the plain ones. They're not as valuable, but the decorative ones are more desired. For Christmas lights, this is what I got. I actually got, let's start over here. I got these Christmas light bulb covers. So I thought that could be a good pickup, and I'll check on the value of that. And I picked up these Christmas lights. They actually have a real vintage look, if you can see the point on those light bulbs even. And mostly I picked it up though for, again, these kind of light covers. In case the lights don't work, I wanted the covers. And I'm not sure if this little angel works, but she had that vintage appeal. I think she looks a little funny, but it's also adorable. So very old wire here, so somebody might want to repurpose that. But yeah, she might need to be repurposed. I had to get her, and I believe made in Japan. Genuine Italian miniature lights. I don't know if these work as well. It's really old rubber band on them that probably, this hasn't been opened in a while. And I'll try to repair this box a bit, but just to give you an idea of the lights. I like finding unique lights. They're not always of high value. If they're rare and desirable, then, you know, it's worth it. But again, sometimes these items might need to be repurposed, like new light strings attached, Italian style. A few decorative items here. We do have some glass eggs for Easter. Heavy style glass. I thought they were very pretty speckled eggs. And we have a stained glass, actually glass. Very nice, well done. Hanging decorative item. Very pretty. And this as well. It looks like a crystal type beads. Glass beads. Very pretty. And again, this is, you know, this actually might be homemade, but a very pretty sort of dangling decorative item. You can have this kind of thing on your porch, kind of catching the glow of the sun, or just a decorative item in a bedroom or something. And I thought these were just nice items, and I didn't pay very much for a lot of these items, so I got really good deals. I had a lot of fun at this estate sale, and I did a lot of digging. Thanks again for watching. Bye!